Welcome back, my Jedi friends, and today we're going to talk about is anger the secret ally for the empath? For the empath, the healer, the light worker, the good person, whichever of those categories that you fall into, folks. If you're highly sensitive and generally good and generally care what other people think, then that is you. You are the target of this video. And we're going to talk about how anger is your friend and how you have maybe not been looking at anger as a friend. So, for a lot of healers, a lot of empaths, a lot of highly sensitive people, we view anger as a bad thing. So, we'll start with this. Let's start with this. So, for those of you that are regulars here, you'll hear me talk quite frequently that every single emotion is neither positive nor negative. It is simply a message. It's a message, folks. It's like a sat nav, it's a guidance system. And if you're feeling angry, it means that something is so profoundly wrong that it needs to change quickly. And it's so easy to judge anger, folks. It's so easy to think, oh, I shouldn't be feeling angry. Oh, this is my issue. Oh, stuff is coming up. Well, usually, if you're that person, if you are highly sensitive, the odds are you don't get angry very often. And you've probably spent most of your life not being angry and avoiding it at all costs. And in actual fact, your superpower strength is diffusing anger in others because you can see both sides. You can see where people get mixed up. You can see where conversations break down, and you can see where things generally go wrong in others, and you're good at resolving it. And people come to you, you're a confidant. And because of that mantle that other people give you, that you're good at dealing with this stuff, it's very easy when our own anger comes up to judge it and say, I shouldn't be feeling this. This is wrong. I need to deal with it. Well, that's true, but possibly not in the way that you think, folks. The average empath will internalize it, make themselves wrong, probably feel slightly ill, be off kilter for a while, but as long as we're not rocking the boat on the outside, you can internalize it and deal with it. And that is a gift. It is a gift, but it's also a curse, folks. It's a curse. It's good because there's certain environments where it's appropriate to deal with it. If your life's on the line, for example, it's good not to overtly express your anger. It's good to be able to internalize it in a life and death situation, my Jedi friends. In every other situation, I'm going to tell you that it's not so good to internalize it. What you're effectively doing is letting other people get away with bullshit behavior. That's what we're actually dealing with here. And if you're getting anger, it's usually not a one-off thing. It's usually somebody that's been showing up and they just keep violating, taking the piss a little bit more, and then amplifying taking the piss because now you've trained them to get away with it. Trained them to get away with taking the piss out of you. And so the anger keeps rising, folks. The anger will rise. It's like a compression. Each violation compresses down until you reach a point where it's like an eruption. And that's what we're talking about today, folks. Our anger is your ally. And what it's telling you is that certain behaviors aren't working for you, certain things in your life are not serving you, and certain assholes need to be dealt with, folks. They need to be dealt with. And this is also another thing that the empath usually avoids, and that's confrontation. So I'm going to tell you that if you are that person, if this is resonating with you, if this set of symptoms is saying, yes, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, I'm going to be the ghost of Christmas future for you and tell you that if you keep letting this stuff go and thinking that you're dealing with it by letting it go, it's going to compound. It's going to compound and it's going to come back and explode on you later in life. And the best thing that you can do is identify it now and start dealing with individual situations. And the main reason for that, folks, is that you will feel better once you start doing it. Because let's face it, the people that continually take the piss out of you, why would you give a shit what they care, what they think anyway? Now, you might think, oh, well, they're in my family. So what? Ruffle their feathers. If they're prepared to upset you, then be prepared to upset them back and give them a taste of their own medicine. Because they're probably narcissistic. Quite possibly, folks, these are subjects we talk about at length. But the point being, if you're highly sensitive, you're generally good people, and there's certain people that keep pressing your boundaries, and you're feeling angry, and you're taking that home with you, That is dis-ease. That is cancer waiting to happen to you in the future if you don't change the pattern, folks. You don't change the pattern. So there you go. That is the wake up call today, folks. Now, I do loads of stuff on this. I go into this in a lot more detail, but today this is just a short video, just as a reminder that if you've been feeling angry, because let's face it, it's not all peace and love over the festive period for everybody. Some people are going to have some issues to deal with, and it might be you. It might be a person that has fired you up and you're sitting on it, it's eating away inside of you. The next time it happens, folks, this is your call if you're watching this now to deal with it head on. And you don't have to lose the plot. You don't have to be angry back. But if you start calling out the behavior and making people uncomfortable about you calling stuff out, about them behaving in a certain way, and you can do that completely reasonably, you fire it back and you stop internalizing it. And for that, there's plenty of content on here, folks, but it is as easy as it sounds. You just give them a taste of their own medicine. Not necessarily as angry or as shitty as they do it to you, but by calling out bad behavior. A lot of people that get away with bad behavior is because people tolerate it and they don't call it out. If you start calling it out, you'll create discomfort for the person that's doing it. And it doesn't mean squaring up to them. It doesn't mean having a fight. It doesn't even mean shouting at them. But if you just start calling out bad behavior, why are you shouting? Why are you manipulating these? Why are you saying this now when you said to me last week the complete opposite? Call people out on their bullshit, especially the manipulators that say one thing in the behind closed doors and then throw a different thing at you in public. You know the stuff, folks. You know the stuff because there's people in your life that are doing it to you, and you've been letting it go for way too long. So, this is my little reminder to you to wake up. If you do want more details on this, if you want more pieces of the jigsaw, if you want to be helped to wake up, if you want a set of tools that are going to help you to deal with this nonsense, and you're not already liked and subscribed, then please do that, folks. Like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want another piece of the jigsaw, another little nugget, there's another one just there, folks. But either way, embrace anger. It is your friend, it is your ally, and it is there to help you to awaken.